What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and in this video right now, what I'm going to do is show you why it is so important for your clothing brand to niche down and target a very, very specific audience, okay? And I'm actually going to claim that you should niche down until it hurts, okay? Until you don't want to niche anymore. It's gonna be a really, really good episode. It should open your eyes a bit. Stay tuned. One of the most effective things that you can do for your clothing brand right now is make your clothing brand personable, okay? Give your clothing brand the feeling that it is an actual human being with real human thoughts and a real human personality, okay? And just like in the real world with real people, everybody has a different set of personality traits, okay? What they're interested in and what they do. And if you've ever met somebody who in any time they sort of enter a social situation, they're, just trying to people please, right? They're just trying to make people happy and satisfy everybody and, just be polite and be nice to everybody. What you'll notice about these people is that there's really this like off-putting thing where like, you're just like, oh my God, can't you just be yourself? Can't you show me something unique about you? This is very, unadmirable, and you really just don't want to be around these people who are just always out to people please. There's something off-putting about it. And with your clothing brand, it's really the same thing, okay? The more that you try to people please, and ironically, the more that you try to expand your market and try to appeal to everybody, the less you appeal to anyone, okay? So in reality, the more that you can focus in and harness your true personality, what you're all about, own it, put your foot on the gas, okay? And just really go for it, the more you're going to be able to appeal to somebody on a really, really deep level. And ironically, the more people that you're going to appeal to. Since your clothing brand is trying to appeal to real human beings with a real personality, with real thoughts and emotions, the most important thing that you can do for your clothing brand is give your clothing brand a true persona, okay? And to make your clothing brand into an actual person. Now, if you're treating your clothing brand as if it's an actual person, I'm sure you've met people who are kind of socially awkward, okay? And when you talk to them, the reason why you get that feeling that they're kind of being a little bit socially awkward is because they kind of have their foot on the gas about who they want to be, but they're kind of also on the brake at the same time, right? So they're kind of like, haha, yeah, oh yeah, cool, yeah, absolutely, oh, haha, and it's just kind of like this awkward where they don't really know who they are, they don't really know how to express themselves honestly and openly, okay? And when you meet people like that, just like I explained earlier in this video, it gives you this sort of off-putting feeling that you just don't necessarily want to be around, okay? And it's a lot like that with a clothing brand, okay? If you don't necessarily know exactly who you are, you kind of have your foot on the gas, you kind of have your foot on the brake, and you really can't choose a lane, and you're sort of just hovering, trying to appeal to everybody or be generic, you're really never going to appeal to people. You're never going to get people, riled up and want to really be interested in your stuff. If I was making videos right now on, all of business, nobody would really want to listen to me because I'm just trying to appeal to everybody. But because I'm talking specifically about clothing brands and I've burned the boats and that's all that I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about clothing brands, all of a sudden this channel has a heck of a lot more value, okay? And it's the same thing with the clothing brand. With our clothing brand, we didn't try to appeal to necessarily all of Canada. We're not appealing to the rural and the urban areas in Canada. We just said, let's appeal to the rural areas. Let's go for rural Canada. Let's dive in there and expand that, like expand out the whole rural thing. And let's get really, really deep into the whole rural thing. And then people truly resonate with that, right? Because we know who we are and people are quickly able to pick up on that. These ideas that I'm sharing with you are so nuanced and they're so hyper subtle and different from what you generally hear about how you want to, hit a huge market and appeal to more people and how can we make our market bigger, okay? This is what people, that really make it and make something that really appeals to a lot of people are doing, is they're, instead of doing what 99% of people do and try to expand their market, they're focusing in on who they really resonate with. And the reason why this works, okay, the reason why this is going to work for your clothing brand is because every human being, at the end of the day, is still a human being, okay? We're all human beings, which means that we're all cut from the same cloth, which means that generally we have the same motivations, we have the same thoughts, we have the same problems, we have the same things going on, okay? To a certain degree, I'm sure you can nitpick that and all that stuff, but to a certain degree, we're all human beings, just like all dolphins are all dolphins, and all human beings are all human beings. So when you actually focus in on one person and their own specific problems, what ends up happening is, because everybody is a human being that you're trying to sell to, universally, almost everybody shares that same interest or that same problem that you're trying to solve. So when you look at the specific details that are going on in one individual, you'll actually notice that almost everybody else that's a human being has that exact same sort of mental framework and what it is that they actually resonate with. The point of this video, guys, is to help you let go of trying to broaden your market and trying to appeal to everybody, and to help you let go of that and to really just commit to who you truly are and express that authentically, okay? You really want to get to the core of what it is that you're trying to do with your clothing brand, what your clothing brand is all about, and just take your foot off the brake a bit and go for it, okay? Commit to a path, commit to a certain style, commit to a brand, all right? And when you do that, you will notice tremendous results, and you'll actually find it a hell of a lot easier to post on social media and to design your website, because now you know exactly what you're about, and everything will just come out naturally for you, okay? And you'll stop being in this state of confusion and not knowing which direction you want to go in, and you'll commit and you'll find the people that actually resonate with you. I want you to actually take what I said in this video and apply it to your own clothing brand, okay? Niche your clothing brand down until you really don't feel like niching down anymore, but you're going to anyways, okay? You're just going to commit to a path, and later on, once you notice that, you know, a certain group of people has really resonated with you and you've built a community, that's when you expand into a bigger market and you start to resonate with more people, okay? I really want you guys to put this in place for your own clothing brands. I think it's just going to have such a massive effect for your clothing brands, and you're going to get tremendous results from it. If you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for apparel success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the Facebook group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.